All right, my people, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is the Inter TV News, where you get your correct updates on happenings in Biafra land and beyond. This is the Inter TV News, where you get your raw data on happenings in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria and the Biafran Liberation Army. All right, my people, this morning, as we await the release of our leader, Mazina de Kalu, so many politicians in the southeast, both the governors, both the House of Assembly members, both the senators, they have been speaking, acting as if they want Nnamdi Kanu to be released. Now, let's take us a few years back when Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, when his home was invented by the Zoological Republic Army, when they almost killed him. Now, this same House of Assembly, lawmakers, senators, House of Representatives, governors, they came together during Buhari regime and they signed that IPOB is now tagged a terrorist group. They came together. They made the revolution. These same politicians now that are talking about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you see how dangerous these people are. So coming this morning from PM, he have released a statement this morning regarding what these so-called politicians are doing. He's telling them this morning they are not the ones talking for Biafrans. They should stop going on radio houses, TV stations, and be saying a lot about Biafrans. They should stop talking about Biafrans. Okay, this morning again we'll come with better news, better information on what happened in Lagos. More videos will be attached. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Ezekiel, thank you so much, National Chairman, for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
This is very serious, bonner within the polity of the Southeast Nigeria.
How bad are things in terms of security? The sit at home is a major issue, isn't it?
Yes, there are a whole lot of issues, not just the sit at home. At least when you talk about the sit at home, you're talking about the economic implications on the economy of the Southeast. Then there is the issue, which is the major one of the issue of security of lives and property. So there are criminals masquerading as agitators who have hidden in various bushes or forests around the Southeast with the whole notion that they are probably agitating for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And every now and then, they come out, they unleash mayhem on the innocent citizens of Southeast Nigeria. And we've had track record of wanton kidnappings, killings, at least from, I should say, between 2020 till date. In fact, there have been numerous reports about the number of lives that have been lost. Security men, innocent civilians, so many property bonds, police stations, and what have you. So it's a very serious issue. And I'm very, very happy when you played the video of the meeting of Southeast leaders that was held at the Imo Government Lodge. There is a consensus of opinion around the Southeast and that reverberates around Nigeria now that there is need for the president or the federal government to wade into this crisis. And one thing that keeps reoccurring is the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I will draw an analogy with the biblical injunction that you try and separate the wheat from the chaff. Now, there are so many armed men, non-state actors, camped in various bushes and forests around Southeast, claiming that they are agitators and that they will not stop the unrest until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. There have been several statements issued in the past. In fact, you will see some faceless group wearing masks saying that whoever you are, once you're a political appointee or a government official around Southeast, if they get you, they're going to eliminate you. Of course, in Anambra State, I think it was in sometime last year, we lost a House of Assembly member who was gruesomely beheaded. So these are among the issues that the Southeast is facing. And I always say one thing, no matter the form or manner of an agitation, once a criminal is in the forest, he has to fend for food. So
where is Ebubo Ago in all of these, in the scheme of things? Because we thought that the Southeast Security Network,
yes,
the Ebubeagu, was supposed to come as a mitigating factor
when you say
to clear the bushes of the Southeast region.
When you talk about the Ebubeagu, you recall that there was really no consensus of opinion around that. Like in Anambra State, we don't have Ebubeagu.
Or you have the Anambra
We have the
Security
we have the Anambra Vigilante Services.
Yeah.
Now, I can tell you for sure, another issue that is really at the heart of all these things is the issue of policing within the context of the Nigerian Constitution. Because the Ebubeagu you're talking about, there is a limit to the nature of arms that they can carry. For example, in Anambra State, where we have the Anambra Vigilante Services, the Anambra Vigilante Group, they've really tried as much as possible to try and quell these insecurity issues around Anambra State. And I know that there are similar groups around some other Southeast states. But the problem is the security forces, talking about the traditional security forces, the conventional security forces, the police and the armed forces, have really been demoralized in terms of the number of men that they've lost. Because this thing comes more or less in the form of a guerrilla attack. And that's why the consensus of opinion around the Southeast is that since there is a key actor in all of this, who is in detention, and who purports to be the reason why these criminals...
To Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the indigenous people of Biafra. And I'm speaking to you from a location in Nigeria. The man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is well known. He's everywhere. He's on Wikipedia. He's an internationally acclaimed freedom fighter. But there's just a few things I need to tell you about him. What brought him to limelight was the formation of the indigenous people of Biafra in the United Kingdom in 2012. Simultaneously, he also founded Radio Biafra. And these two organizations were aimed at one thing: liberation for the people of Biafra, or restoration of the former Republic of Biafra that went defunct in 1970. The right to self-determination is a right that is guaranteed internationally, domestically, and continentally. It's within the black letters of Nigerian law at Article 20 of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights. The right to self-determination is guaranteed. So the formation of IPOB did not break any law. Not laws of the United Kingdom, not international law, not Nigerian law. But guess what? When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who was born in Nigeria, but who acquired British citizenship later on, came to Nigeria in October 2015, the government of President Muhammadu Buhari, which had come to power in May, decided to arrest him. He was not arrested between 2012 and 2015 because the government of the day at that time understood that self-determination is not a crime. But the government that came into power in 2015 in May decided that self-determination is going to be treated as a criminal activity. So he was arrested in Lagos. He was charged for treason, also for insulting the president and illegal importation of radio equipment. 3 charges. The treason one, they split it into 2, treason by himself and treason by conspiracy. This thing went on from 2015 until April 2017, when he was eventually granted bail. So he was detained for nearly 18 months. After granting him bail, he returned to his ancestral home in the southeastern part of Nigeria, and he was enjoying his bail when suddenly, between 10 September and 14 September 2017, the Nigerian army, without any justification whatsoever, levied lethal, massive military operations against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's ancestral home. That day, he was sitting at home with so many people, his family members, including his 2 elderly parents. The attack was lightning, it was a bleak ridge, it was massive, and it was not the type of an attack you will expect a national military force to levy on a civilian location. But they did. At the end of the day, 28 people lost their lives. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sustained injuries. His parents sustained injuries as well, but somehow, by the grace of God, they all managed to escape. From there, the rest is history. And because there was a national and international manhunt for him by the security forces, which rules of engagement was to shoot, not to maim. If you see Nnamdi Kanu, if you encounter him anywhere, shoot not to maim. Not to maim, but shoot to kill. That's what they went there to do on 10 September, but they didn't succeed. But it went on. They went on in a manhunt. So Nnamdi Kanu was forced to flee the municipal boundaries of Nigeria in search of safe haven overseas. Eventually, in May 2021, he settled in Kenya. He entered Nairobi and settled in Kenya somewhere. He never knew that Nigerian security forces, the international branch of it, were laying in wait for him. They laid an ambush for him. So on 19th June 2021, he drove himself to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport on a personal errand. As soon as he drove into the parking lot and alighted from his vehicle, several well-armed security men suspected to be of a mixture of Nigerian and Kenyan security forces swooped on him, grabbed him, abducted him, and put him forcibly in a vehicle and drove away. Well, they didn't take him to the police station. They didn't take him to immigration because he was a foreigner. He should have been taken to immigration. They didn't take him to any official law enforcement facility. They took him to a secret location in Nairobi, a non-official